talk about ecosystems traced not with destiny but duplicity. Zohran Mamdani's victory has unmasked the hypocrisy factory, viewers. The lobby is in meltdown mode, cheering Mamdani's mayoral triumph in New York as a triumph of love. Their words, not mine. This is the same lot that brands Modi's mandates as hate-fueled fascism. You know about it. Just because Mamdani happened to quote Nehru, he becomes the lobby's poster boy for pluralism. Viewers, this is the same Zohran Mamdani who berates Bharat daily. He calls PM Modi a war criminal for 2002 Gujarat. He claims Muslims were eradicated from Gujarat. That is an absolute lie when Gujarat's Muslim population is around 10% and thriving. He compares Modi to Netanyahu, smears nationalism as fascism, and vows to shun any platform with India's elected leader. Viewers, was berating Bharat Nehru's idea of India? Think about it. But the ecosystem absorbs Mamdani's Bharat bashing because he drops a Nehru quote. One line from Tryst with Destiny wipes away years of toxic rhetoric. They say love wins for Mamdani's 52% odd vote share, but Modi's mandates in 2014, then in 2019 and 2024 is all a hate wave for them. They say it was divisive. They call it end of democracy in India, etc., etc. Viewers, Mamdani topples a political dynasty, Cuomo, and it's heroic. They're all celebrating. Modi crushes dynastic Congress here in India, and it's fascism, intolerance, vote chori, and all that nonsense. Mamdani's play, you know, the song there was Dhoom Machale for votes while trashing Bharat. That's the reality. But the ecosystem will lap it up, and they have, because Mamdani echoes their hate for Modi. Viewers, this is the same cabal that calls Ram Mandir hateful, Kashmir's peace is oppression for them, CA is anti-Muslim. They cheer a mayor who boycotts Modi, but they want India to bow to foreign lectures. Let's expose them. Sushil Pandit joins the broadcast. Dr. Akashdeep Buni also with us. Mr. Pandit, here is the ecosystem that says, look, Modi wins because he spreads hate. Now that Mamdani has won, they are saying this is a mandate of love, etc., etc.
Well, hypocrisy is their hallmark. Consistency is not a virtue they could ever be accused of. They only interpret events the manner in which it suits them. So just leave the rants of these usual suspects who respond to these events in predictable manner. The point is, Zohran Mamdani's victory should be a matter of congratulation to Donald Trump. The same Donald Trump who befriended Pakistan and his favorite field marshal, who have supported and funded Zohran Mamdani. Now, Trump should see in what company he finds himself today. Trump left no stone unturned trying to see that Zohran Mamdani doesn't make it. These are the contradictions in America we are face to face with. The entire cabal in US that is funded and driven by Muslim Brotherhood and their plants in the political system, the Ilhan Omars of the world who represent this entire movement in US, and Huma Abedin, who was another Trojan horse in Hillary Clinton's staff. Now they are all over US politics, and they are the ones who today can justifiably claim victory because the media, the mainstream media in America and the campuses in America have been taken over. Which is why you see how pro-Palestinian demonstrations occurred all over the place, were drummed up, were mobilized, were funded.
You're right. There's also the demography angle.
today
We'll
they
get to
have
that
made-
later. Karan, let's quickly put this in context. People who, berate Modi's mandate and question his mandate, they are now saying, Pawan Kheda, for instance, he says, congratulations, Zohran Mamdani. We have that post on a campaign rooted in mohabbat, optimism, empathy, and on becoming the first Indian origin mayor of New York City. He says, I'm especially happy for Gujarat, a beautiful state that finally has the kind of global political ambassador it truly deserves.
So, Pranesh, it's only poetic justice that someone as bigoted as Mamdani is hailed by the Congress party because they have the common target points, if I may say so. For Pawan Khera to have the audacity to say this is mohabbat, I want to quote Mamdani. Mamdani in 2023, and I want to ask this question directly to Nikhil, yes or no. Is this mohabbat, Nikhil, and is this in our country's favor? Mamdani says, India's occupation of Kashmir is apartheid. And he further goes on to press for the right to self-determination of the Kashmiris. For him to say this and for Pawan Khera to lap this up, and then he further goes on to say that Narendra Modi is a war criminal. He's a mass slaughterer. And he further goes on to say, he undermines our courts, pretty much how Rahul Gandhi undermines our courts, and says there are no Gujarati Muslims left, even though there are 10% Muslims in Gujarat. So Nikhil, is this in our nation's favor? Was Pawan Khera right when he says that this is mohabbat? Is this Rahul Gandhi's mohabbat or Mamdani's mohabbat ki dukaan?
Nikhil, answer that question.
First of all, he's lying. Mamdani has never said that India's occupation of Kashmir is apartheid. Number one. Number two, he says that Mamdani is a bigoted person. He's not given a single statement where I could find that Mamdani is a bigoted person. Number three, Pranesh, you started the debate by saying that this is a man who's berated Bharat, who's berated India. Find me a single statement where he's berated the country. And number four, just for common sense for your viewers, New York is not a Muslim majority city. This guy, one of his primary vote bases was Indians. It would be politically stupid of him to criticize India or to, come up with some sort of Muslim brotherhood. And lastly, the allegation that Mamdani was funded by the Pakistani army or the Pakistani establishment is absolutely nonsense.
Okay, Taran has a fact check for you. Yes, Taran, quickly.
Pranesh, I am sick and tired of the fact that Nikhil is in complete denial of facts. Just in your previous debate, I said 80,000 plus agents. Sanju Verma pointed it out. There were 86,000 plus. Nikhil was caught lying. Yesterday, the day before, he lied about Indira Gandhi forming the WCI, the Women Cricket Association. And today, again, he is lying. The quote exact is India's occupation of Kashmir is apartheid, 2023. During an interview, Mamdani is on record saying this. And he's also on record saying this, which you also carried in your package, that there are no Gujarati Muslims left. Can this be a statement positive for our country?
Nikhil, at least answer on that comment. No Muslims left in Gujarat.
In which interview? Tell the date, tell the name of the anchor, tell the name of the media house.
Yeah, Nikhil, don't do this, please.
Why? You ask me to do the same and I comply every time. You ask me for proof and I give you...
But just Google what he said.
Bloody hell, I give you Oscular citations in the middle of a news debate. You can't ask him for the name of the publication that he's quoting.
Name of the publication, just Google what he's saying, it's all there.
I have Googled it and he has never said it. And there were not 87,000 or 80,000 booth level agents of the Congress in Haryana.
Let's focus.
Not 80,000 booths in Haryana.
Nikhil, now come on, Mamdani has said this.
The fact that
Just Google what Mamdani has said about Muslims in Gujarat. Google and show me.
Yes, that is said.
Is that right?
I don't agree with this comment that there are no Muslims.
So how is this, how is this mohabbat, the mandate linked to mohabbat?
That is the hyperbole of figure of speech.
Oh, hyperbole है ये.
Point. नहीं, मोदी
H-files.
जी जब बोलते हैं 15 लाख सबके अकाउंट में
Dr. Muni?
hyperbole नहीं है.
Pranesh ji, we should not be blind in Modi Bhakti so much that equate Modi ji to Bharat. Bharat is 1.4 billion people and one constitution. We should be proud that an Indian became mayor in USA and immediately after his historic win, Mamdani quoted Nehru, our first prime minister. And he also said that I grew up with a vision of India where everyone belonged, no matter what.
But Dr. Muni, should we not be proud that one OBC has become our prime minister? That he bowed to the constitution on the first day he entered parliament?
We are proud. But
then
the action should be equating. Let me tell you. Now there are many questions that Karan shooted to Nikhil. I have a question for Karan. He says that Mamdani is bigoted because he spoke on Babri and Godhra. The Honorable Supreme Court also spoke. The destruction of the masjid on 6 December 1992 was an egregious violation of the rule of law. Is the Supreme Court bigoted? Karan, reply.
Has the Supreme Court said, one minute, before I get in Karan, Dr. Muni, has the Supreme Court said that India is occupying Kashmir?
The Honorable Supreme
Has
Court said
Supreme Court said that India is occupying Kashmir, Dr. Muni?
Why Supreme Court will say that
Then
India is occupying?
why are you cheering this man?
Kashmir is, no,
Professor Mondal,
don't save him.
What is this,
Now-
love pouring out for... I'm coming to you, Karan. One quick comment from Professor Mondal.
So I think let's congratulate him because he has got an Indian origin, but certainly he is not an Indian, and he is a democrat, and all over the world, democratic people should congratulate him. But yeah, when it comes to defending the Prime Minister of this country, despite the fact that he is running an elected autocracy, I will defend the Prime Minister against any foreign elector or governor. That's the principal stand that.
Okay. I'm glad you've said that, Professor Mondal. I'm glad you've taken a principled stand. It takes a lot to say what you've said because many in the party that you support will have a problem saying what you have. Karan.
So to Akashdeep Muni's question, I am now quoting what Mamdani had said. Mamdani said, he did not talk about Babri Masjid or anything. He said, Narendra Modi is a mass slaughterer of Muslims in Gujarat. Now, has any of our courts said, you said the court said, has any of our courts ever said that Narendra Modi is a mass slaughterer of Muslims? The courts have given him a clean chit after a long, arduous judicious process. So if Mamdani says this, more than anything, it is undermining our judicial systems. Pretty much exactly what Rahul Gandhi does. So don't give me this right now. When Mamdani speaks something about our judicial process, and in August 2020, again, when the Ram Mandir verdict had come out, he said this Ram Mandir is an atrocity. In fact, he held a rally which was as Hindu-phobic as it gets. The worst of abuses were hurled towards the Hindus, and he was a mute spectator pretty much indulging them in. So that is Mamdani for you.
Mr. Pandit, why are people overlooking Mamdani? Is it because he quoted Nehru's Tryst with Destiny speech?
Yes, and you mustn't forget that he didn't just stop at calling Modi the mass murderer. He also said that he would go on and arrest him and prosecute him just as he had claimed that he would do that to Netanyahu. It was in that context this question was asked of him. And he affirmed, he said yes,
Absolutely.
He was going to arrest if
Which is why I said that in my introduction also. Gentlemen, we've run out of time, but let's see how this conversation around Zohran Mamdani unfolds in the days to come. I thank all of you for joining us. The News Hour with Navika Kumar coming up on the other side.